As lifelong proponents of Star Wars, we enjoy highlighting and studying the good stories in that universe. Today we are finally talking about Andor Season 2. We have waited somewhat patiently for its return, and it has not disappointed. We're going to be focusing on the rebels stuck on Yavin 4 that capture Andor when he lands.
Porco! You can stop right there! You got 15 blasters pointed at you right now!
Don't tell him that!
Andor's objective was to steal an experimental ship and pass it off to another pilot on this planet. However, as we see in the first episode, this wasn't the ship he was trained to fly. So when he lands and is captured by the stranded rebels, they try to get him to teach them how to fly it, which of course he can't.
What is that?
No clue.
So how did you get here?
I guess it's my lucky day.
This causes them to be in a bind. They're desperate to get off-world, but they don't trust Andor to fly. This conflict of mistrust will continue and even infect the rebels by making them paranoid of each other. But why this storyline? Why now? With the first 2 episodes, Andor is stuck here on this backwater planet with seemingly nothing to do. However, this storyline is necessary to show 2 important developments.
That's a stolen ship. There was another pilot here waiting to take it forward.
Stolen for who?
For the rebellion.
Whose rebellion?
First, since we have skipped 1 year from the last time we saw Andor, there's a lot of growth that he has gone through that the storytellers need to show the audience. Andor has become a master spy. And this isn't your parent's spy that puts on a mustache and a silly accent to find out information. Andor is a spy that knows how to manipulate the thoughts of the group by drip feeding them new information periodically.
2 days, no food. Makes everyone cranky, right?
How do you know how long we've been here?
You were not here 3 days ago when I left.
As we know from history, the most effective spies are the ones that can affect the way the people are thinking. So this is exactly what Andor does. He finds out who their leader was and then uses that information to divide the group.
So who's really in charge here? It's harder than it looks.
And the second major development that they need to show us is how the rebellion is functioning 1 year later. Luthen is constantly at work trying to start rebellions and supplying other people's rebellions from the shadows. And this group of rebels is part of the Maya Pei Brigade, a private rebellion that Andor and Luthen have been supplying for a while.
How do you know Maya?
She was a customer. We've been supplying you along the way. Argue all you want, but we're all part of the same rebellion.
Your friend was hostile.
He was on a mission. We're stealing an Imperial test ship.
Their group has been rebelling on their own, but have been using Luthen as a supplier in their rebellion. And this is why this group of kids are important. The storytellers have to show us where the rebellion is. It's still fractured. People aren't working together as one cohesive rebellion. They're using each other for weapons and transport instead of working together to be that much stronger.
What you are talking about is a mutiny!
It's not a mutiny if no one's in charge.
I was always Maya's number 2.
In your
I
dreams.
was always supposed to be in charge!
I never heard that.
Over the course of this season, we will get to the point where the rebellion is working together, where people are forming armies instead of brigades. By showing us how much more Andor has grown as a spy and what state the rebellion is in, the storytellers help us get up to speed as fast as they can. By constantly maneuvering the kids with new pieces of information, Andor keeps the board moving until he sees the perfect opening and takes it.
If they're lucky, they'll make 5 meters by midnight. They will be close.
Proving that he is no longer the survivor, but a master spy. And by showing us that pieces of the rebellion are sprouting up all over the galaxy, the storytellers set the stage for those pieces to come together into the rebellion that we all know and love from the films. And that's why these indecisive kids are so important to the show and to us. And as always, may the Force be with you.
3, weapon fall.